Hallo, my naam is Janice du Plessis en ek is 'n joernalis vir Marula Media. Ons is vandag hier by Brakpan se Plastic City. Na jare van toenemende geweld en verhoogde gesondheidskwale het verskeie organisasies, onder andere AfriForum en verskeie partye ingespring om hierdie Plastic City weer tot sy eertydse glorie te herstel, naamlik Memorial Park wat hy eens was.
Since 2013 we started fighting this battle. This area was a crime hotspot. Okay, there were delivery bikes that were getting ropes pulled across the road and hijackings and armed robberies. When the guys steal, they run into here and they disappear into the hole. So we've done the legal route, we've gone through court cases, we've gone through the Green Scorpions, we've gone through the police, the criminal route. We've done every route that was available to civil society to sort this problem out without becoming vigilantes. We had the problem with the illegal miners, the Zamas that were shooting out of here. So Marius van der Merwe and his team started taking on the Zamas, the Basutus, the illegal miners over there. And then that spilled into here because as we fought with them there, they came into here and they started burning this area over here. So his buy-in from the security point has been invaluable. We've tried to break down shacks before, but it was just too time consuming to do it manually by hand and all that over here. It's just these shacks look flimsy, but these guys actually put the poles deep in the ground that you can't even push the thing over with a truck. We then engaged with Senior Superintendent Faith Buthelezi, who's the EMPD precinct commander. And we said to her, okay, listen, this is not going to work. We need to get machinery in over here, which we arranged for her through the mines. Gold One Gedex gave us some machines. So what typically would take us 2 months to break down if you were doing it the manual thing with a number of shacks, we did in 2 days. How it was done, the community was given chance to take their belongings out, you know what I mean? Because we understand that we're moving shacks, but we don't want to destroy people's personal belongings. So they were given the opportunity to take their stuff out of here, which some of them did, some of them chose not to do. Then the land invasion unit would go in over there with the bulldozers, say, right, we're going to be knocking that down. SPCA would make sure that there's no animals inside there. The EMPD guys and us guys would go in, make sure that there's no babies and things that have been hidden behind there. And once that was happening over here, the shack just got, the illegal business and the illegal shack got pushed over. There are ongoing operations that are happening out there now where we had some of the kingpins, where AK-47s we know because the communities told us as soon as they saw us coming in, they took the rifles out. EMPD has arrested and they've gone back in again today. The plans, as you can see, this devastation around over here. You know, these innocent people that were just trying to make a living were actually digging up illegal mining over here. They've chopped into the water pipes, which is the infrastructure. So now we've got a water shortage here in South Africa, but these guys are just capping off, and that pipe, there was no tap to switch on and off. That was just a hole in the pipe. It just ran non-stop. Okay, 24 hours a day, it was just pumping the water out. These pipes that you see over here all come down from that point over there where they've dug in over there. They pump the municipal water that we're paying for. They pump it and they use it to do the washing of the wash tables over here. All of these piles of sand that you see over here are illegal mining operations. Okay, it's not just random heaps of sand that were put there. It's because that's the illegal mining operations that have happened over here. There's a monument over here and there's also indigenous burial ground that's just behind that. Okay, so this place used to be called Memorial Park. It was lovely. There was gardens, people used to come over here and show the things. It's a heritage site. Before we can start fixing things, we first got to clear up this mess. And this is, you can see, this is going to be extensive. So there are companies that are doing rehabilitation where they dig 5 meters down, take all the gold-bearing tailings away and fill it up with normal sand. Our quick fix is going to be to level this ground that we can, if somebody does break in or steal over here, we can see them going, and to push all these unsafe holes closed again. The EMPD Waste Department, Storm Department, Parks Department, everybody is now on board. If you see there's houses all around over here. Again, with this, it was impossible to even try and sell a house. It was costing their business. We've had service stations that have closed down and changed hands. People were battling. They were prepared to abandon their houses. And this has now given them hope again. As soon as this place gets fixed up over here, these people, not only will the air be clearer, and this is one thing that we've been monitoring for over the years. On the weather apps, you can actually see every morning they give you an indication of the air quality, okay? And we were always in the red, poor, dangerous, whatever. And then, well, now obviously with this temporary smoke was over here because the stuff was being burnt. But over the weekend, we were excellent. So our air quality was excellent. People who were actually prepared to close their businesses and take their investments elsewhere have now come together and said, right, let's fix this mess, okay? And we're not going to just fix this mess by ourselves. We're going to engage with the council and we're going to hold council responsible for their part of it. But we do understand that finances have been misappropriated and budgets are not as great as they are. So we will fill in the shortfalls, but the work that we do is not going out to tender. This is a problem that is a community problem, and we as a community are prepared to help the Metro fix it. And look, I have to be honest, okay? Chief Superintendent Faith Buthelezi, Superintendent Pamela Buthelezi have been awesome. They took a lot of flack from the community because they were not doing anything. But their hands were tied. Now that their hands have been freed, well, you can see the results on this over here.
Dit is deel van 'n 10-fase plan. Ons is nou op fase 4 van implementering en vandag hierso is EMPD saam met ons besig om te kyk om die mense wat oorgebly het ieder te skuif na informele nedersetting as dit Suid-Afrikaanse burgers is, en vir die wat in die land onwettig is, kyk hulle na hulle dokumentasie en prosesseer hulle dan deur SAPS en hulle vat hulle dan binnelandse sake toe om seker te maak dat daai ouens dan die regslyn volg wat dit aanbetref. Maar ek dink die mees belangrikste ding vir my om te noem hier vandag is net om te wys dat wanneer daar samewerking is tussen die gemeenskap en die administrasie, wat 'n mens wel uit kan rig. Ons het 'n oproep deurgesit aan meneer Mkonasi wat die adjunk Chief of Police was hierso in Ekurhuleni vir ons, en hy het toe vir Feit gebel, ons superintendent op die grond, en toe ons weer sien, toe het ons die operasie wat aan die gang gaan. So ek dink dit is belangrik, soos ek sê, om Drummond te noem en vir Marius, of soos wat die gemeenskap hom ken, Vlam. Daai ouens se samewerking hierso met EMPD is wat tot op die einde gelei tot 'n suksesvolle operasie. Maar ons moenie vergeet van alles wat voorheen gebeur het nie en almal wat betrokke was nie. Maar soos ek sê, ons fokus gaan wees om die gemeenskap ingelig te hou, sodat hulle weet wat nou vorentoe gaan gebeur. Ons het baie werk wat nog hier voor ons lê. Ons het ons wysdepartement wat saam met ons werk hierso, ons het ons omgewingsdepartement, en saam met hulle en die gemeenskap weer, en sal ons seker maak dat ons hierdie area nie net skoon kry nie, maar ook skoon hou.
Ons het so 3 maande terug begin optel, hier word ou skagte oopgemaak. Dit wil sê waar DMRE skag gekap het, gaan ons agterop kom hulle kraak die skag en hulle begin toegang kry. Ons ondersoek het toe vir ons begin na Plastic City toe bring, want die rolspelers kom uit Plastic City uit. Dit was 'n Zammakamp. Jy sal sien ons het 'n hele paar gate hier toegemaak, ons nou skagte onder toegemaak wat oopgemaak was. So heelwat rolspelers wat hier baie geld gemaak het en van hierdie goud het in wettige pyplyne ingegaan. Daar was 'n paar polisie amptenare wat saam met ons ontplooi het. Projekte is geregistreer by die nasionale kantoor in terme van wat ons hier doen. En kort voor lank toe begin die metro ons help.
So far with the current operations that's been going on, we have been in and out for the last month and a half. We will continue coming in until we try and get every single animal. Since we've been doing the operation, we have removed about 26 dogs, about 5 cats, a few chickens, and we helped relocate about 120 pigs. The condition of the animals, it varies, from really bad, but also animals that have been well looked after by the people here. Since last month, though, we have taken in roughly 50 to 60 dogs.
Ons het met een van Plastic City se gemeenskapsleiers self gesels om te hoor waarheen gaan hulle nou.
This is a Plastic City. We've been living here for quite long, close to 20 years. Now we've been, I will say, demolished. We don't know the reason why. No one explained to us what happened. Even if we go to some officials of human settlement, we don't get the answers. Now, all of a sudden, we saw the metros coming here, destroying our shacks, burning them with fire. Our IDs got lost here. Our everything. Our blankets, our food, everything. We were left with nothing. No one ever told me where I'm going. No one is telling us the straight thing. Now they say this. Some they say we are not even in a database. Where else we are holding the human settlement papers that shows that we have been registered under the human settlement. They said we are going to extension 13. I'm very happy the councillor is here. Maybe, hopefully, at the end of the day, we will get the answers. Because we really need the answers. We really want to know where are we going actually right now.
Hou Marula Media dop vir meer oor wat hier gebeur.